Hey guys, Al here, Vitalize Seed. I hope everybody's having a good day. So, wanted to talk today about a new testing method we used, which is called the Total Nutrient Digest, TND, as it's referred to. And really, what this comes out to be is how come we talk so much at Vitalize Seed about reducing the needs for fertility or for fertilizer? So we did this testing. This is on stone, as you see above. You can see I need to get my calcium up a little bit. And I've showed pictures of the soil. It looks really good biologically. But obviously, I haven't limed in several years. I think it's been 4 or 5 years since I put lime on this field. So I could use a little bit of high cal lime here. Actually, with the CEC of being a 10, it's not like a heavy soil. So I probably on this one would use either dolomite or high cal. And if I needed to add gypsum just to get that calcium up a little bit, I would. But what I wanted to highlight in this video is let's talk about total nutrient digest. What is it? So it is a measure of exactly what it says, the total nutrient amounts in your soil. As you can see in this column here, it's starting with the carbon at 22797, going to nitrogen 1606. That is in pounds in the top 6 inches. So number one, that is just in pounds. Now this doesn't tell you how the form of nitrogen or anything like that. So let's not get caught up in that. Let's just look kind of high level amount of nutrients. Look at the phosphorus though. Between two different types of phosphorus, you got 1,600 pounds. Look at the potassium, right? That is going to be, oh goodness, almost 3,000 pounds, 2,600 pounds of potassium. Now, it's interesting because if I looked at just the potassium base saturation there, I would probably say, oh man, I'd like that to be a little bit higher. And maybe if I was growing corn, I would. But in general, we're looking at these soils and in wildlife settings, right? Or even in garden settings, we have so much available fertility in most soils that even at a soil sub 11 CEC, we are able to use biology to unlock a lot of this potential. And we have ample fertility there. And remember, this is only in 6 inches of soil. So is there some natural stratification or uneven distribution of nutrients in the top 6 inches relative to the next 6? I would assume that there probably is. Your organic matter tends to be more towards the top, right? So you probably have a little bit higher nutrient value there. But keep in mind, in our Nitro Boost, we're planting things like Sudan, sorghum, we have beans and lab, and we have spring barley. And then in our fall carbon load, we got things like radish, and we have Winfred brassicas, and we have rye grains, and we have different oats and triticales, and so on and so forth, right? In that balance, to one, make sure that we have a really good balance of balancing carbon and nitrogen ratios and cycling nutrients so that we're taking advantage of this. Getting pulled out of the soil, terminating, that's breaking down. The next crop's able to do that. But also taking advantage of deep nutrient scavenging. So these values here are just in the top 6 inches of soil. So even if in the next 6 inches of soil, so we're looking at a foot at that case, is a tenth of these amounts. That is still substantial, and I'm sure it's greater than 1/10 of these values, depending on the nutrient. So when you have something like a Sudan that has grown, or sorghum that I've pulled out at 15, 18, 20-inch root depths, now, probably not 20, I would probably say 15 to 18 inches is probably the longest. But now, what types of values are we getting from that soil as we maximize biology in the soil? So we're cycling nutrients properly, we're mining nutrients properly, and we're fixing nitrogen properly to aid in the reduction of our need to rely on huge amounts of synthetic fertilizers, or in some cases, no synthetic fertilizers. So when you put this into a garden setting, it's the same ideology, right? We're mining those nutrients, we're feeding the soil, we're getting earthworms to do a lot of the movement for us, right? They're moving things through organically through the soil as well. They're doing our tilling for us, if you will. And you take all of that, and now you're planting tomatoes, let's say, in a garden. And now you're foliar feeding those with, say, a fish fertilizer plus humics. When you do those type of things, you can heavily increase photosynthetic capture, root mass, root structure, and further drive our ability to take advantage of this fertilizer bank. So this has been really eye-opening for me. Obviously, you guys can probably know that I'm a passionate guy. I really love this stuff, and I hope that you enjoy this type of information as well. Going to keep doing more testing, just sending cover crop analysis for review yesterday. Should have that probably by next week. So if you guys like this stuff, please share, subscribe, and follow along. And yeah, check us out at vitalizeseed.com. We sure do appreciate you.